Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode in our Save a Seat series here on Patreon, where I get to dig deeper with contributors and our guests to find out the stories behind the stories. So if you are here with us on Patreon, thank you so much. You are helping us to continue to make our mission of making opportunities reachable for everyone possible and supporting our internship program, which is very near and dear to our hearts. And speaking of our internship program, we have a former intern, now returned to the More team, Sarah, here today. And we are joined by Colleen and Cheryl, who were the inspiration behind Sarah's piece in issue 11, Women Who, that is about the InspireHER Collective. So make sure to go listen to our Spotify episode first to find out what InspireHER is all about. We're going to jump into some of the more nitty-gritty questions since we are here today digging deeper with these fabulous women. But first, just in case you didn't listen to the Spotify episode, I would love for you all to reintroduce yourselves. And we'll start with you, Cheryl. Let us know who you are and what you do.
I'm a mom to 3 little girls. I am a real estate agent in San Luis Obispo. I am a junkie about supporting women in business, moms, just women in general. Just I believe that when we lift women, we lift entire communities.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit of a junkie there. Just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. As always, we wear many hats.
Many crowns. We wear many crowns.
Oh, I love that. How about you, Sarah?
Yeah, so I am a recent graduate from the Indiana University Indianapolis School, and I am a marketing coordinator at a company called NASCO. And I also, on the side, just rejoined the More magazine team to help with securing partnerships and whatnot. And I, too, just like you, Cheryl, am a bit of a junkie when it comes to supporting women and women in business. I am actually a former president of the Women in Business organization at IUI, and that was just such an amazing experience, just amplifying the voices of different women. I loved it.
Yeah. I just got to talk last week to some IU Kelly School of Business students, one of whom is the president now of Women in Business. So that's very cyclical for me.
Yes, Kimberly.
I love it. And last but not least, Colleen.
Hello, my name's Colleen Hungerford. I am also a mom of 3. I do not have the pleasure of having 3 girls. I have the pleasure of having a girl and 2 boys. So I get to be a girl mom and a boy mom, which I love.
Yeah.
I am also a realtor here in the Indianapolis area. I run a team called Maverick Group, and I am just a huge fan, cheerleader, lover of women-owned businesses and women in business. Like we've all talked about, like that is just the thing that lights me up. Like Cheryl and I often ask people, like, what's the thing that lights you up? What's the thing that you want to talk about? What do you feel passionate about? If you ask me, 1, it's always my kids. 2, it's supporting women in business.
Yeah.
And I think, like there's no greater honor to be able to do those 2 things. So
yeah. It's we recently had our pre-launch happy hour for issue 11, Women Who, where we got to see a lot of amazing women come together. There was a panel of women who got to talk about their experiences, and you just leave events like that and like InspireHER just feeling like anything is possible, because we know these amazing women that just never stop looking for ways to make their communities better and start businesses to fill needs, and it's constantly inspiring. So thank you for being women that are in that circle and continue to lift up other women. But I want to dig in with letting me know about a recent moment of inspiration that occurred due to the InspireHER community, something that left you guys feeling, inspired or impassioned about your work.
I have a kind of heavy, dark moment that occurred in our meeting recently. It was the end of a meeting, and one of the women stopped us and said, I just need to talk to you guys for a minute. And she told us that she had been at a gas station that day and she'd been groped by a man while she was in line. And she broke down, as she should have, and also was talking us through like the challenges she was having with her boyfriend, who got very protective of the situation. And it was just a very safe environment for her to release what had been plaguing her, and what unfortunately is too common for women to experience. And I just felt so inspired and so humbled that this group had created a safe place where she could really let down the guard that she had up and share and work through it with us, that she felt comfortable. And like, that's an offshoot. That doesn't even have anything to do with the business side of what our businesses are doing within the group, but to create a community where you can come and be yourself and talk about the trials and the tribulations, as well as the successes, I think is such a privilege to be a part of.
Yeah, so powerful. And, I'm sure that there were women in the room that had been in situations like that and could empathize with exactly how she was feeling and, dealing with the feelings of guilt and, embarrassment and shame.
And do I report or do I not report? I don't want to talk about it again. Like, these are issues that unfortunately plague us as women.
Yeah.
And I just felt just so honored to be in that room.
Well, good for her for speaking up for herself and not just internalizing that and sharing it, sharing the load. Oftentimes that's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Colleen? Do you have a moment of recent inspiration?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, like, I just have a little bit of something to say about what Cheryl said. Like, I feel like when we have community like this, we really understand that, like, and we've talked about this so many times, and I will die on this hill that work-life balance doesn't matter, because that incident affects every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
That affects your business. And if you don't have anybody to come and talk to, you don't have a group that you feel comfortable coming to talk to about that, that affects every aspect of your life. And unfortunately, as women, we don't get this privilege of, like, shutting down, like compartmentalizing or creating walls. And we try, but stuff like that happens, like that, that is awful and affects every single part of our life. So anyway, I just want to say that, because I think that is really at the core of what we're trying to do in this collective, is understand that, like, these things don't not relate.
They're not in silos.
They're not in silos. Everything is involved when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I think, on the business side of things, like, when we're able to sit down together and somebody brings a problem in their business and somebody jumps up, I think I told this story to Sarah in the article, right? Like, somebody's willing to jump up with a pen and head to the whiteboard and say, like, okay, cool, let's break this down.
Yeah.
Like, tell me what you're doing in your marketing plan. Okay, what do you think? Because sometimes when you're doing stuff, you think you're doing it all, right?
Right.
And then when somebody else is able to be like, okay, cool, what are you doing? What are the facts? What are here? Whatever. Oh, here, look, there might be a gap here, or you are doing it all, girl. Like, just let it ride. Like, sometimes it just takes time. When you have those people, like, those moments in the group are so inspiring to me. And so I'm so grateful to have this type of community where not just myself, because I benefit from these, obviously, but, like, everybody else has an opportunity to benefit from everybody else's expertise. And it's just like, for Cheryl and I, we're just like proud mamas, like, back here, like, wiping the tear, because we're like, oh my God, this is what we wanted. Like, this is what we wanted for women.
Yeah. I think it's really amazing to get to step back. It's really easy to get lost in the weeds when you are involved in a business and you get that tunnel vision, but letting people give you perspective, letting people see your big picture, and, filling in those gaps with their own expertise is amazing. And I love that you're giving people a space for that.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Sarah, I want to turn it back over to you and get your thoughts on, what a community of women working together to set a seat at the table means for you.